Codemaster0063 back for part 2 of Make a Good Mega Man level contest number 2. And I guess first off, well, a bit of housekeeping before we get into levels. I promise I'm going to do much more to sort of level stuff, not going to be anywhere near as much sort of, setup and stuff like that. But I do want to say something first off, and that is, well, you obviously just heard my introduction there to this part. Do not be surprised for any sort of future parts, maybe a few ones where it's going to be obvious where there's going to be an end to a video. But yeah. Because I don't know these levels quite so well as in the previous sort of first contest. Also, there were only 4 levels per contest plus a boss as well, so I could sort of fit them to one video. Whereas here, I'm just going to be sort of going for a certain amount of time and then kind of stopping. But for instance, if I play a level, if I sort of have already played like 35 minutes or so, and I decide, oh, I'll just do one more level, but that level takes me half an hour to do for whatever reason, then chances are I'll probably split that out and put that on not into that video but onto my next one. So yeah. I'm probably not going to be saying anything like, well, see you next time, cheerio, blah, 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 to signify the end of the video, because I'm never going to quite know now when I'm going to be pasting bits on the ends of videos or indeed cutting early and such like that. So yeah, do not be surprised or indeed alarmed if there's no introduction to future videos or me saying what part of a Let's Play this is, or indeed a cheerio at the end. It'll probably just be a kind of a cut, and I'll pick up, and again, the next video will just sort of be, yeah, continuing again with no introduction. So yeah, don't be alarmed or surprised if that happens. But yeah, that's all I want to say in terms of housekeeping first up. So yeah, let's progress on. 78th place, Alex 9000. Quirky, inconsistent, incomprehensible, nonsensical track. Or Q.U.I.N.T. for short. Score 7.2. 11, 7, 1, 12, 5. I'm relieved to see only the one energy element though. Right, let's go. I would probably have given it more than 1 point, just for the music in the background, but oh well. Basically, we've got a sort of what I would call Cossack fortress kind of level. Just sort of see on the hitbox there as well. I'm not sure whether, obviously, I'm glad I don't die there because I'm deliberately not pressing the jump button on these springs so that I don't rocket up into the spikes. But yeah, it really looks like Mega Man's head is connecting with them. But oh well, I'm pleased that it's actually not, but yeah, anyway. Let's go down here, and then we're going to head left first of all, because I know to head left. Taking out this sniper. Joe, wonderful. That's actually really annoying from another point of view. I was kind of hoping at this stage I might actually be able to do without taking any damage, but oh well, we'll have to just forget about that achievement for the moment. That's really freaking annoying. I'll have to probably come back and do that later. I'm also going to sort of hang back here so the enemy is this enemy not too far. Wow, okay. Maybe what? Really? Okay, I was actually not expecting. Okay, well in that case I'll scroll you further on. I swear there's like a point here when I played this previously where it like if it's not fully scrolled on it wouldn't actually attack at all. I think I've actually stopped the guy on the back throwing the light bulbs or the mushrooms or whatever he does, but so it only does laser attack. Maybe that's what I misremembered, but yeah, anyway. We go to the left, as I said, we need to. Thankfully this giant enemy doesn't scroll back, but yeah, we get a key. So that's going to be a huge gimmick in this entire game, not just this level, but yeah, there's a sort of a key system in place where sometimes we're going to find a barrier with that's locked, and we're going to need to go key hunting in order to actually make our way further through the level. So yeah, this is just one instance of it. It's not a bad idea. I feel like, I mean, not overly fussed about it here, but as you can probably imagine, that's probably going to tend to lead to, as you can see, is obviously the door. If I went up here first, I would have had to have backtracked because I wouldn't have been able to get through this door. But you can see the key icon to the right of my health bar. I could progress through. Another easy E-tank in this level. I think that would probably close it for that as well, just from the sense of easy farming of E-tanks. Yeah, that's going to be kind of a widely used gimmick throughout this game. And as I say, yeah, it's a bit hit and miss. Sometimes it's used really well, sometimes it's used really poorly in the sense that, well, you can probably appreciate it opens up a realm of possibilities where you've got to do backtracking and such like that. And yeah, I don't mind it when it's minimally used, but when an entire level is maybe built around it or such, then it can get a bit tedious. Speaking of tedious, That was an enormously long count bomb section that you can't really do speed up in any way, even if you use like rush jet or anything like that. Super arrow, I suppose. Super arrow actually would have got past that really quickly. At least I can slide over these blocks to get to make it faster getting back. But yeah, I mean, did it really need to be that unnecessarily long? No, of course it didn't. That's just annoying. We'll scroll down here with the incredibly weird, glitchy collision detection there, and we'll try and take out these, take out the Mets, and then hopefully at some point in time I'm actually going to be able to get up and shoot the Met distributor. Now I think I probably could, in all honesty, whip out Flash Stopper here, and I would probably like stop the Mets in their tracks, and wouldn't have to deal with them quite so frequently. But nah, I find this is for the most part pretty straightforward. I'm obviously waiting for the Yoku blocks to spawn in, quite low, to the point where I can actually jump up and hit them, and I've managed to pull that off without getting hit. So yeah, this is going to be really annoying. That's actually going to be really irritating, assuming I can pull this off without dying, because I mentioned in part 1 there are challenges in this game, and yeah, one of the challenges, or indeed a lot of them, just to pause here for a minute to see that you can actually go there. But yeah, some of the challenges are going to be clear a level without taking any damage. So yeah, that pot shot from the Sniper Joe there at the beginning was the only hit I took in this stage. Usually if I'm going to take a hit, so I'll have to go back and grind on that one. I'll show it off, obviously, because I'm going to have to complete the challenge. So I will show off me actually doing that. But if I'm going to take a hit in that stage, it's usually that Met distributor at the end there. And having got through that then without getting hit, absolutely bleeding typically. Yeah, I'm really annoyed I got whacked by that Sniper Joe at the beginning there, because I would have automatically, and I would have, without even needing necessarily, not without trying, but I would have got an achievement or completed the challenge without, just through the regular playthroughs, and I'm now going to have to go through and do that, or make a deliberate effort to actually go and do that. So, blooming annoying. As for the level, I mean, there's nothing there too frustrating or anything like that, save for taking a pot shot from a Sniper Joe when you're hoping to do a no damage run on the stage. But I mean, it's pretty inoffensive from that point of view. But I mean, it's not designed particularly well in terms of just long segments with the count bomb section, and the section where you're just sliding over spikes with the platforms that drop is just tedium personified. The glitchiness of how you sort of enter the quote unquote boss room with the Met distributor is just funky beyond all belief. The background tile is like, or the background setting is like, gets really hard to look at in a while, if you spend too long on it. And while it's not too obnoxious or too bad here, I still do object to the somewhat pointless backtracking to or going over to the left-hand side of the screen to collect a key in order to make my way to the right-hand side of the screen and progress. Sometimes those keys are done really well in levels. Often they hide noble nickels and such like that, and collectibles where you maybe don't have them to get through the level, absolutely, to actually complete the level as mandatory. But if you want to do a side quest and complete and get a noble nickel, then they're positioned behind those doors. I think that's probably the right way to do it, rather than making them mandatory to complete the level per se. Particularly when you have to backtrack through wades of crap. I don't consider that backtracking through wades of crap, but it still feels a little pointless and unnecessary to me. But yeah, not a terrible level, and I don't think there's anything too difficult in it by any stretch of the imagination. I don't really find myself frustrated with it, just more bored than anything else. But yeah, I could again see why it would score quite low. And as for the judges, well, there was an attempt. I sort of like the fight with the metal possum, but the majority of the level is empty, featureless hallways. This level really lives up to its name, especially the incomprehensible part. I'm sad that compared to the other hilariously broken level, this one isn't as much fun to mess around in. Would have gotten big fun scores if you didn't remove all the utility. At least it's completable. I didn't show that off, but I will actually show that off, actually, now that you mention it specifically there. I will go into the pause menu and show that off, because yeah, that is something that you could set as a constraint for your levels, because I can obviously come out of the level with the exit thing. So yeah, I will show that off. Anyway, fourth judge. Well, I really appreciate the amount of effort the author put into the graphics of this level, because I'm going to be honest here, it looks absolutely hideous. All I'm seeing is random tiles or sets of tiles placed at random sections. Not to mention the amazing choice of choosing blue as the background colour, so I keep thinking I'm underwater when I'm not. The level still doesn't get a pass even if we completely ignore the awful visuals. The level design consists of either obstacles placed randomly, or corridors either long and empty or filled with the same object over and over. That's of course not to mention how poorly the camera is implemented in this level, that is how glitchy it is. On a slightly positive note, I think the last mini-boss was done in quite a fun and creative manner, but it obviously can't make up for everything that's bad about this level. At least its name is accurate. And a Sparks comic. When they somehow balk the camera. So yeah, let's show that off, actually. Let's show off the constraint the horse put in here. So yeah, if I click the pause menu. So as you can see, we do have slash call available to us. I was just oohing and ahhing there with the replay the level and try and get that achievement, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that now. I'll do that in a part way in the future. But yeah, slash call is available, but you can see that's the only weapon I can select. So when I said before Super Arrow would have made that section with the count bombs a lot quicker, you couldn't access Super Arrow, so no, you had to do it the long, tedious way. But anyway, yeah, let's exit that level. And yeah, I do like that as a feature for I wonder if I can get up there as well. I got a feeling you could, but I might be wrong about that. That was nicely done. Nicely done. Thought again maybe you could get up to that Sniper Joe, but apparently not. But anyway, yeah, the toggling on and off of weapon selections is a nice idea, if not somewhat frustrating if you find that you need to use a weapon, or if you really want to use a weapon, or indeed an item like Super Arrow, but you can't because you have to go through needlessly long, tedious sections. But oh well. Let's find this secret that I do know about. An Astro Man. They said that if you stare into the abyss long enough, it stares back. I've been here for 6 days and nothing's happened. But I'm not giving up yet. Any day now. I do like the music change. If you go long enough, then obviously it will continue. But yeah, effectively, well, I'm assuming this is a reference to the Void Space level, from which was the lowest ranked one in the first contest. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, you could literally sit here for 6 days and nothing extra would happen. Nothing will progress. You'll just continuously, fall down that shaft and nothing will happen. But yeah, anyway. Nice that it's there. I want to interact with these things, but I can't seem to do so. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong ones. Maybe there are later in the tier where you can interact with the enemies in the wall. But anyway, moving on. 77th place, Zealax. Mix and match. Score 9.0. 10, 5, 12, 14, 4. And yeah, 1 energy element, and this was indeed the only entry in this tier to have a noble nickel. So we've got a collectible that we're going to have to find. Love doing that to that Sniper Joe, by the way. It's the same one that screwed me over out of my perfect, my no damage run in the last level. Then even better. But yeah, this level is basically a set of long hallways. This one in particular, where you get effectively a mix and match, go figure, of random enemies from random Mega Man games. There seems to be no rhyme, reason or cohesion to what's going on here. We're just basically going through. I'm going to let this thing pass. This thing looks incredibly suspicious. There's also a little gap here, but I don't think you can actually do anything, but oh well. It looks like there should be something, or some sort of gap there, or secret, but no. Let's take my time here. Hopefully we won't fall down and get stuffed. And yeah, there is our noble nickel. Now, I wonder, while I'm still on for it, let's see if a no damage run is possible here. I'm not banking on it, but let's try. So I'm going to go back down to this screen. I'm then going to come back on here and shoot that tiger with a charge shot. Right, and then go. Slide, slide, slide. Hopefully, if I'm quick enough, because these tigers are going to chase me. And I got through, and I might even get this one anyway. So, yeah, sometimes the tigers, if you're not quick enough, can even get up to here and start mucking around. I think they pause when you hit something like this, although I'm not absolutely convinced of that. But, oh well, yeah, I'm pleased with my rush jet use and not having to take out that giant enemy that was in Mega Man 6, most notably in Centaur Man stage. Because it looks like I should now get my achievement for getting through this stage with no damage. But anyway, yeah, here's something else that didn't work out so well with the level. Info box 7800. Hi, it's Pyro. This level didn't have an exit when it was submitted, so yeah. Apparently there was no energy element, and I didn't get my achievement. Is it because you have to do it Buster only? Maybe so. Maybe I misremembered what the achievement was there. In which case, it's still further annoying. I now got through a stage without taking any damage. But apparently, maybe you have to do it Buster only. Interesting. Or maybe I have to unlock something that would actually unlock the challenges in the first place. I don't know. Anyway, I'm slightly confused by that. I might have misremembered how the challenge system works, or indeed what the specifics of the challenge are. Huh. Okay. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, I'll come back to Tier 1 at some later point and actually complete the challenge. Yeah, I mean, as for that level, I'd say it's fine in terms of fun, it being straightforward enough. I don't think there's anything frustrating about it whatsoever. I wouldn't say it's immensely fun or anything like that. It feels like it's not terribly creative either. It's just like rooms of enemies not really thrown together with much thought or consideration, and this just seem fairly random. But it's fine in terms of a level, in terms of not frustrating me. But yeah, it's not very creative. Again, I can see why it would score quite low, because there's not really a lot of imagination or creativity that went into it. Also, it uses the I believe dev kit theme or music for the which is Galaxy Man's theme, which is, don't get me wrong, a great theme, but is really overused. Not as much as Wily 1 and 2 for Mega Man 2, but yeah, Galaxy Man overboard. Just saying that. Well, okay. Us judges each got the levels in a random order, and this was the very first level I judged. Starting things off with a bang, huh? Well, that level was over before it started. All was finished. Kinda sad. I had some fun going through what parts of the stage do exist. The rooms got a bit repetitive after a while, but the initial ideas are there. I would like to see a complete version of this stage. This stage is honestly very, very primitive. The level design just really sucks. You can just keep walking and shooting without doing anything else. Some sections have bad enemy placement, and some feel unnecessary to begin with. There are basically no graphics, the camera is buggy, and nothing here is remotely interesting. Oh, and forgetting to put an energy element at the end is a stupid mistake. There's honestly nothing likeable about this level. When someone submits to a level design contest using the placeholder tile set and music. So I mentioned about the music, but apparently the tile set as well. So yeah, further indicating that there was not much thought or indeed creativity that went into this level. But oh well. Moving on. I feel like we're whizzing through them compared to the last part. 76th place, Willheart, The Fall. Score 9.2. 10, 7, 7, 16, 6. One energy element. Let's go. I think this level from memory. Again, I'm not an expert on all these levels, and I can't remember all the specifics through completely. But I feel it's relatively harmless. I think. Again, not necessarily it's a particularly good level, but harmless. So at least in the sense of, yeah, not being too difficult. If that ends up again being the only freaking hit I take in this level, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. Probably not, but yeah, I think the main gimmick to this is, which is very unclear, which I think probably lost it a lot of points, are those sort of X's in the background. As far as I'm led to believe, those are where your rear Peter Spring blocks are actually going to appear. So yeah. Also, again, I'm personally not a huge fan of like making silly like references to things with just things in the background. Just never been a fan of that. Although at least in some respect with this, with the go up sign, at least it's helpful into saying to the player, well, actually, yeah, don't just go to the right, don't just go bottom right. You do actually need to go up. But I mean, it's fairly. Yeah, I must admit, I never really like when a game does that, and that's interesting. Well, this is not death down here, but as you can clearly see, there's some time where you need to wait for these Yoku blocks before the next ones reappear. That's really freaking annoying. Let's see if we can rush jet back up. I'm slightly nervous about falling into a pit at some point in time here. Unless there is no pit, in which case, oh well, that makes things just slightly nicer, but yeah. Anyway, as you can see here, the rear Peter Spring blocks, or Yoku blocks, or whatever you want to call them, are where the X's are. So I suppose, at least from that perspective, you know where the next one is going to be. But yeah, there were sort of some random X's earlier on in the stage that I don't think do anything. And I'm also not a huge fan of the like the huge waiting periods that you need to make there in order, in order to, for the blocks to sort of appear, or because you just feel like you're. Well, as you see, I missed my jump on one of them, and thankfully it's not a pit below you. But let's just quickly get out of here. But yeah, thankfully it's not a pit below you, so I don't die, which would be frustrating. I mean, I could have whipped out Super Arrow or Rush Jet and whizzed past it, but let's do the level as it's intended to be. But yeah, I'm not a fan of those reappearing, and classic Mega Man, just the official Capcom games and such like that are just as guilty. But yeah, I'm never a fan of the ones where you have to wait for what seems like an excessive amount of time before the next block appears. But at least I can appreciate there it's not a bottomless pit or a pit of spikes that you're going to fall onto. So yeah, again, a fairly harmless level. I did only take that one freaking hit, didn't I? But I mean, how you're supposed to know without, I mean, I probably could do that again now that I've got a fair. I think if I actually just hugged the left wall, or indeed the right wall while going down that drop, then I'd probably be all right. I probably would have. I don't think the enemies are there. They're sort of in the middle. But again, I'm always kind of nervous that there might be spikes on walls or other things just going. So yeah, how you're supposed to know, on a first go through. I mean, this is my first go through, but again, I don't memorise through the places of those pole enemies. Yeah, that's just a bit cheap. But and I'm not a fan of the background really, where you put hidden messages or such like that in. The Yoku blocks, reappearance blocks could have been done better. But yeah, I mean, it's again fairly harmless, fairly not too frustrating level. But yeah, again, not an awful lot going for it, it must be said. Yes, I've beaten all the screens in this level, all 3 of them. Okay then. It started out pretty decently, but afterwards it just kind of fell apart. What happened? As for the part that lives up to the level's name, I feel like the X indicators should have been introduced in a safer environment before the long drop, as I didn't know what to interpret them as until I was halfway through the fall. Part after I can barely take seriously due to its background messages and overall messy structure. Kind of a shame. This level could have been much better. To put it simply, it sucks. It's not frustrating or anything, but it's very poorly done. Level design feels random and the stage layout isn't any better. In addition, I don't appreciate the random messages using tiles, and even then the graphics are lackluster and this stage just had to use default music. Anyway, it's not a stage I like, and much more effort could have been put into it. No, you were not seeing things. What? Someone submitted that. We're not even done yet. Run. I love these comics. I mean, I do appreciate that, for the more, for the decent levels. It started, Ace Spark wrote a lot of comments and such like that. Really quite detailed. I think that was needed, but it will be a shame when the comics go away. I have to say they're brilliant. Up and down. Help me! Okay, I can't get in there. And I've gone past this level. No, that would be the right one, wouldn't it? No, not the comments first, yeah. Anyway, moving on. 75th, Ninja Umbreon, Ancient Tomb, score 10.4, 13, 15, 17, 0, 7. To be honest, I kind of agree with the 0. I think if there was any stage that should have been disqualified, and I mentioned before, that's why we've got an 8. We started at 80th place because one level was unfortunately disqualified. I think rather unfairly and rather harshly. But yeah, if there was any one level that should have been disqualified, I feel like it should have been this one. And you'll probably see why after the first 20 seconds, even maybe 10 seconds. Basically, I mean, admittedly the music is slightly changed up, so we've got a remix, but yeah, all this essentially is a complete rehash of Pharaoh Man stage. Now, I raised my issues with, for example, Wily Combo in the first contest, and indeed Napalm Forest and Caves, but at least they weren't what I felt like, complete rehashes. There was some thought, some effort that went into those stages to do something different with them. Admittedly, this isn't absolutely Pharaoh Man stage, so let me just say that. But so some of the enemies are obviously different, but I mean, it feels like window dressing, frankly, rather than anything else. This is honestly Pharaoh Man stage. It's actually, in terms of a stage, pretty fine, pretty decent. I mean, ultimately it's Pharaoh Man stage, an official level in Mega Man 4, but for a contest entry, this just doesn't cut it. Well, not in my book. And I was actually I'm actually, obviously having played it through once, I completely understand where the 0 came from, and I am thrilled that it got one, because I feel like it deserves one, and I actually feel like, if any one stage should have been disqualified, it should have been this one. That being said, if I can get through Mega Buster only without taking any damage, which I'm not going to do, which is possible now, I might just forgive it. That might be forgiveness. Just might be forgiveness. If that is indeed what the challenge is, I'm still confused as to So I was definitely expecting to get one, or to complete that challenge, but apparently not. Yeah, that's going to go back, isn't it? Yeah, that might be the only thing I can say that comes out positive out of this. If I can complete this without taking any damage, I'm probably not going to, but. And I'll try it I'll try it Buster only as well, because I think that's because by using, I'm not going to. Oh, that thing doesn't hit me. Whew. Now I'm stuffed though. Now I can't get by because now I can't get by without using Rush Jet or something. Well, that's going to be annoying as well. Particularly since I think this is the end. I'm assuming I'm not going to get it again. That's annoying, so I would have had to have caught up to that platform that was moving along. Yeah, I didn't get one. I think it must be Buster only then. Or to the point where you can actually complete the challenges. I swear you must be able to. It must be Buster only, unless I'm misremembering it. Oh, how annoying. I would have had to have caught up to that Ferroman. I would have had to caught up to that platform as it was rolling down on the spikes there. Because after that I had no choice. I had to use Rocket to get out. But that should have looked incredibly familiar. That should have looked incredibly like Ferroman stage. Admittedly, it changed up a few enemies here and there, but what can I say? That's Ferroman stage. There's nothing else to say. That is Ferroman stage. It's a blatant edit of Ferroman stage. The beginning part is kind of different. Honestly, I kind of like it more than the original level because the original was just flat and lots of annoying scorpions. But here there's some variety. After that, level doesn't even try to hide the fact that it's a blatant edit, where there's literally just the original section, but with like one random out of place enemy added. It's just a mini boss fight with Tama out of nowhere. There's like one random Rimbakun added in the final stretch, and that's all the changes. Yeah. This was basically Ferroman stage with a few more enemies, nothing else. The fact that there was no Ferroman boss at the end only made it more disappointing. Come on man, that boss was even included in the dev kit. Also, one of the hovers failed to spawn and I had to use Rush Jet, but I'm not sure if that's your fault or the game's. While this stage is fun to play, I don't believe that much of it was actually original, really. Since it's basically a less interesting version of Ferroman stage. I don't really have anything to add here. To be honest, that basically sums it up. When I play a level, I'm expecting something new and original, not a blatant duplicate of an existing dev kit stage. So I'm refusing to judge this level. Enjoy the 0 points. Good on you, sir. A dev kit level. I'll steal it. No one will ever know. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that level. Moving on. And I believe, then, we're done with Tier 1, pretty much. Infobox 400, Tier 1 boss. So I might be going back on my earlier statement about there being no clear end, because I think this is probably a perfect way to end... Yeah, trying to see if I can interact with that Sniper Joe again, but seemingly not. But yeah, this might be a perfect way to actually end this, so we're clearing out Tier 1. So, yeah. Might actually get a goodbye to this level, to this video. This might work out just perfectly from a time perspective and indeed the levels that I cleared. So, yay! Here's me going back on what I said right at the start of this video. Wonderful. Anyway, Tier 1 boss. Sure, there may be some bugs. What is going on here even? What? Ganesh! You'll have to forgive me for not knowing the reference to this. Yeah, apologies for that. But I have to say I love the Turtles 1. Damn it. Love the Turtles 1 music in the background. that's playing. But yeah, this is Milk. We've seen all this pattern. Wow, seen all this pattern so far. And by the way, just because it's a tier 1 boss, don't think that that makes it especially easy. In some ways, that can even make the boss kind of more annoying. I seem to be having a hell of a thing at the moment, dodging actually Milk himself. He's got quite a few attacks, and it sort of jumps around the screen quite manically. I'm also, at the moment, having a few trouble with the sliding. Basically, my controller is sort of set up, so I've got a button for slide that's very close to the jump. Or in fact, I didn't even set up the slide. I don't think you can actually set that up in the controls. So, but yeah, it's not where I would have the slide. So sometimes I'm like sliding when I don't want to, and sometimes I'll just, you know, as much as I'm loving the fact that I can play this on a controller, the slide button is just, there are actually 2 buttons that seem to be mapped to slide as well, which is, not that I'm going anywhere near one of them, but kind of irritating, one of them, admittedly, because I'm liable to accidentally push it from time to time, and that's not going to be helpful. But yeah, kind of yeah, as you see, pretty poor show there, about as well as I did on Joltman, I think, from or Voltman, sorry, from Mega Man Eternal in the first Mega Man Mega Man level contest, where I was like 1 hit away from death. But yeah, he sort of jumps around. He shoots these kind of like circle shots out. He sort of there's a water feature in there that kind of rises you up. It just doesn't really do. It's not really too obnoxious or anything like that. It just sort of takes you away from really being able to hit him unless you whip out, you know, weapons and such like that. Triple blade would probably be a good idea at that point in time because you can jump and shoot it downwards. He sort of also then jumps up to he shoots a sort of a bouncing ball all over the place. He jumps up to the ceiling and shoots a wave, which you want to sort of lure somewhere and then typically slide out the way of. He then goes to the edge of the screen, drops down, crashes down and shoots ice flashes sort of appear, which can be really quite difficult to dodge if you don't know the safe spots, and clearly I didn't. I got hit to that both times he did that move. But yeah, overall, not too tricky a boss fight, I suppose, for tier 1, but yeah, he's no pushover, let's just say that. And yeah, clearly again not doing a very good job on the tier bosses. But anyway, yeah, that's tier 1. Let's get out of here. Let's see if there's anything I want to do in the hub before we end this video. But yeah, I won't start tier 2. Whoops. Yeah, I won't start tier 2 in this video. But yeah, I'll have a quick go back to the hub. I think we might get a cutscene actually as soon as I exit this stage or exit this tier. So yeah, anyway, there. I like the fact that it tells you again with the crown there as well. The full completion. I got 9 out of 9 energy elements, and the one they when they call it was an offer. So yeah, we're done with tier 1. My apologies about all that. I really shouldn't be coding at 3 in the morning. Okay, no, we don't get a cutscene. But yeah, okay, fine. I will just wander around here for a little bit just to end this video. Because tier 2's not straight away there. But anyway, here's Strike Man. I'm running one of those booths where you break glass bottles. I'm still waiting on the shipment for bottles though. Flashman? I don't understand this. Why are the tiers in non-linear order? Why is tier 2 on the other side of the city? Ah! So yeah, next up is actually tier 5. Of course I'm not going to go to tier 5 next. I'm going to go into tier 2. I'm going to be doing this in order. But yeah, tier 5 before tier 2, everything's kind of out of order. I mean, I do think it's a little odd, but I mean, I do think for nothing else, it sort of gets you more access and makes you pay more attention to all the extra things you can do in this kind of, you know, festival area, hub world. So I don't mind it actually. It's not like it goes on for ages and such like that. And if you really wanted to speed through it, you could always get out Super Arrow and just whip across the screen. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with the tiers not being in non-linear order, as Flashman put it. A cloak fit for a goddess. And here is the costume shop, which I feel an urge to eat mushrooms. Let's just talk to everyone here actually first, and then we'll go in the shop. Oh, same thing. Oh, did I talk to? Oh no, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I talked to that thing before. Yeah, I talked to the thing on the right, not the thing on the left last time. Every time somebody wears this outfit, a little bit of love is drained from the universe. And Concrete Man, although I don't think it's Concrete Man, as indeed the joke in Mag Mammal 1. Yep, it's Kalinka again. Raw's costume shop is so cool. I can live my wildest dreams. So let's check out the costume shop, which seems to be owned by Roll. Hi Mega Man. I hope you like my silly little costume shop. Please do buy a costume, or pick one you've already bought. Proceeds go to curing Robo-Enter. So, I'm wearing Mega Man's one here. I will scroll through to see what we've got on offer at the moment. I could buy one. Frankly, I'm probably not going to show off. I mean, Proto Man was one costume I could wear in Mag Mammal 1. I highly doubt I'm going to show off all the costumes in this game. There are an awful lot of them. And certainly, frankly, I want to save my bolts up to buy the items rather than, quote-unquote, waste them on costumes. I will be buying all the costumes, absolutely, because I'll need that for full completion, so I may just end up showing off the costume pretty much just in the shop here and now. But yeah, I'm probably unlikely to be going through the game playing as too many other characters, because yeah, certainly at the beginning was I want my bolts for the shop items rather than the fairly useless or not really doing anything but changing the aesthetic of the character you're playing to start off with. But we have got Proto Man, Bass, Roll, and Mega Man, and those are actually the only 4 on offer at the moment. But yeah, I'll stick with Mega Man for the moment. Thank you. I don't want to spend 150 bolts on a costume that okay, a nice outfit, I suppose. Is this really a costume though? Oh, it's that thing on the ground, is it? That fell down? Anyway, let me just quickly backtrack, and basically we'll get loads of extra characters that kind of appear in here as time goes on as well. But let me just, I suppose, demonstrate the thing I said about, if you just want to whiz through, if you don't care about the things being in order, just whizzing through. Super Arrow will do a fine job. It doesn't take too long to get to places, so yeah. There's Tier 4. Let's at least look in here. Don't think we're going to do too much, and we'll start over on the left hand. Actually, we'll start with Yamato Man. Mega Man, welcome to my dojo. I had the idea of creating a meet-up place for the bravest, strongest fighters, right in the festival. I've prepared training rooms and some arenas with rematches against bosses for anyone, even you to try. Go to Tomahawk Man. Some of the rooms in the dojo are locked. They'll become unlocked once you gain more strength. So yeah, apparently we can't. We can't do access too much at the moment. We can access that one, but I mean, I'll quickly just show off. There's areas over the right-hand side. I will return to you later. But yeah, actually, this is playable. This seems to be playable at the moment. But yeah, I'll avoid that for the moment. I'll quickly just show it, just see what this one is. So the arena. Take on a myriad of past foes from Mega Man's adventures with a familiar foe waiting at the end. I mean, Yamato Man and Tomahawk Man basically told us this really anyway, but yeah, some of the ones are locked. We obviously haven't encountered those bosses in the game yet, or gone far enough through the game to actually get them. And I like that. I think there would be huge spoilers kind of if we did too much too early on. Nice Bright Man lamppost there. And try Nitro Man from Mega Man Unlimited. Sorry, but this tent is only for people with a VIP pass. Sorry, Mega Man. I'll give you one, but they're stingy on giving them out. Burner Man. Mega Man and Bass. I'm offended. The festival employees told me I'm banned from the forest because I'm too dangerous. I don't know why they'd say such a thing. I love trees. Tier 3. Citizen. Apparently the below average levels were thrown into that sewer. I don't quite know what that says about that, but yeah, I won't explore maybe too much more of the hub world. Well, actually, how much more is there? I'll do this video. I will show off everything in the hub. I mean, I expect, admittedly, you're probably perhaps not meant to. I don't know whether you're meant to go further over to the right-hand side and experience more because we've now reached Tier 2. This is where we're going to go. Where we're going to go later. But let's show off all the tiers. Let's show off everything in the tiers for the moment. So we've got Chateau Chevrolesque. And a We Love Noble Nickel sign on the front. Bob Man, have you tried Nightman's Chivalrous Cider? It's fantastic. Well, maybe we'll give it a go at some point in time. Let's go down here first. And we're actually going to get plot, actually. Based on the character over there. I saw over there. Milk. Ruga, ruga, snoosh, karunga. Let's go all the way to the left first, shall we? Freeze Man. Mega Man 7. If you ever find yourself in a tough or inescapable spot, just press 2. It'll solve all your problems. I don't think I actually have a button for that on my controller, but I'm guessing if I just press 2, I would die. I'm not going to do it now. Yoku Man from Mega Man Unlimited. Ah, how exquisite to see you again. You can never escape my image, for I am a public domain character. We talked to Milk, didn't we? Plugman. Shameless Plugman, sorry. Buy craft beer. And Crystal Man. With my crystal ball, you can learn the truth of this world. However, it comes at a price. But can you handle them? I'm really hoping... Yeah, give 20 bolts to learn my secrets. I want to press the shoot button, which I think... is that one. Good. I don't want to be spending money on that. I believe what he does is give you hints to like locations of noble nickels and stuff like that. But yeah, and admittedly, why I can't remember where they all are. Yeah, I'm not going to be wasting bolts on that. At some point in the game, I'm going to get a map feature, which actually is pretty much going to tell me where they are anyway. So yeah, I'll be relying on that rather than wasting my bolts on noble nickel hints. Question mark. If you're talking to me right now, this is the bug. Okay, maybe we're not going to get plot. And Nightman, the owner of Chateau Chevrolesque, I believe. Oh, Mega Man, I was hoping you'd show up. I have something important to tell you. I assume you've heard of these nickels that I'm looking for. These are called Noble Nickels. They're special tokens scattered all around the simulations. They're quite valuable, and I'm seeking them out. If you can get certain numbers of them, I can reward you handsomely. Hello there. I see you don't quite have the number I'm looking for next. Come back when you have, say, 10 nickels. Fair enough. I'm not sure how many there are in Tier 2. I don't think there were as many as 9, and I've only got 1 from Tier 1, so I'm actually not going to be able to get any until we go through Tier 3, but oh well. Anyway, further over is Tier 6. Mega Water S from Wily Tower, or Wily Wars. Why is there no fountain in the city? A true disrespect to water. Simply disgusting. Burst Man? I made sure to get up early for this festival, and I'm really glad I did. I love the city. McWiley's? Love that. I believe that's an inside joke to one of Duvio's comments on Wily Combo from Mega Man 1. Mega Man 1, wow. Make it a good Mega Man level contest number 1, where he talked about he'd totally buy a Wily Combo from Wendy's. Or something to that effect. I believe that's Tier 8, yeah. Oil Man from Mega Man Powered Up. Some weird penguin guy went into that tower. I wonder what he was doing. Another random citizen, I think. The grand tower they decorated for this festival is really cool. It really creates a festival mood. Don't think I can go in there yet. Nor can I do this yet, I don't think. Picket Man. Hey, Mega Man. We're constructing a cool giant pit with the help of Galaxy Man, our sponsor. We're not done yet, so maybe check back later. And I guess I'll go through here. So this is Tier 9. This is where we were before. So Child. Up ahead is the main festival grounds. There's all the best simulations there. This is the best ever. Centaur Man. Welcome to Tier 9. It may not look like it, but this section is very close to Dr. Light's lab. If you continue to the right, you'll wind up right next to it. Well, we saw that in Tier 1. Let's just avoid, if we can, sort of too much here. I'll probably talk to all these people again anyway when we actually do Tier 9, because I feel like I'm actually doing, let's not talk to the people in Tier 9. I feel like in some ways even doing this I'm sort of spoiling a little bit of Tier 9, so apologies for that. But yeah, let's not talk to the people in here in Tier 9. And that includes Gyro Man. But yeah, we saw this in Tier 1, Part 1, where I just walked left from Light's lab and we got here. But yeah. We're all the way through, so I like how it kind of loops round, and yeah, you don't get to an end, if you will, where you have to go all the way to the right and have to sort of backtrack to get through all the way. You could loop round if that's quicker. So yeah, no, I really shouldn't have shown off or talked to the people in Tier 9, or the Robot Master in Tier 9 there. I should have saved that for next time, not next time, I'm not going to be getting anywhere near Tier 9 next time. Should have saved that for when I do Tier 9. But anyway, yeah, I'll end the video there. We've got to see a bit more of the hub world, got to see a little bit more of what's going on with Nightman and his quest, for the noble nickels and such like that. I don't have anywhere near as many bolts as I need to sort of buy too many upgrades at the moment, so not visiting Eddie in his shop yet. But yeah, that feels like a good place to call it there. Got through the rest of Tier 1. Including beating the boss, Milk, just about. We've seen some more of the hub, pretty much seen everything there is to offer. And yeah, next time we'll be starting Tier 2. So yeah, hope to see you for then. But until next time, cheerio.